Hello and welcome to another update video on this altcoin Saturday. It seems like SUI is still extending to the upside. Not a great surprise given that extensions, especially in third waves, are common. We're still likely in this internal third wave that you can see on the chart. I mean, I cannot rule out we're already in that fifth wave here, but even then we are not at the end of that larger rally is my assumption. So I see this here currently still as an extension of the third wave. Likely still in wave 5 of 3. And yesterday we were sort of hovering here around 330, I think. And it was when I made my last video that I shared with you. We need a break, however, below a certain level. I think it was 290 to suggest that we've started this wave 4. Now the levels have shifted now, clearly. It was also an update I sent through to our members late yesterday on Discord. So the idea was, and we were just hovering, around 330. You see that here. There's still no sign of a confirmed top for wave 3, which means obviously, could still easily extend. We're still in an uptrend. A clear sustained break below 290 would be needed to confirm that wave 4 is unfolding. So until we get that break below 290, of course, further direct upside extensions are possible, and you can see that from the last video the price still pushed higher to that next level at 424. We're nearly there. Did I mention that level here as well? No, not in this particular one, but I sent a couple of updates through yesterday for SUI. If you're interested in these short-term updates, check out our gold membership. I also added one earlier today highlighting this support level, but now in the video, I'm gonna mention it as well. So the new support level, which is not confirmation that this third wave has stopped, it's simply support. So if a fourth wave starts from here somewhere, and there's no sign of it, okay? There is no sign, okay? I've seen, again, some messages from people closing their SUI trades too early. I mean, that's up to you how you do it, but I can tell you, and I've been very clear about it, until we get a break below this support, which is constantly being adjusted, this can easily extend. All you need to do is to understand, okay, what is your risk in relation to the 265 level, or maybe even to the lower support, depending on which support you want to use as risk level. Obviously that will impact your position size, but 265 is the first key support. As long as we're above that, this immediate uptrend can still be unfolding. Any break below 265 would make us test this support area between 171 and 208. But as long as we're holding 171, the larger uptrend is still unfolding. And as long as we're holding 265, the immediate uptrend, for which I would still like to see 1 more 4-5. But can I guarantee that support holds? No. I only have a thesis. A thesis, it's all about probabilities. So essentially below 265, we have some clarity that at least the larger wave 4 is unfolding, which means there might be a reasonable place for a stop, at least from an Elliott wave point of view. And I know a lot of people exit early because either over leveraged or over positioned, and you cannot mentally and financially allow the price go back to support, right? And that's fine, but then you just get to close trades early. So we leave trade space for a reason, and as long as we respect the Elliott wave support levels, it's not a guarantee, but in most cases, we get a good understanding if the pattern breaks or if it's still unfolding. And at the moment, it's still unfolding. So next upside level is 424. There's no point going any further into the microstructure here, really. I mean, this could still extend. I mean, as long as we don't even see a break below the last swing low, that's at 326, there's absolutely no sign that a local top has formed. I also don't have a micro count for this. This just doesn't make sense to try to, try to assign a micro count for this. There are just different possibilities here how this could be labeled. Could even it's just too messy on the micro, right? There are many possibilities, but I would just go with we're still in an uptrend. Clearly, there's no point in fighting an active uptrend, and pullbacks have been corrective so far. Very clear 3-wave pullback here as well. I think this was this the last setup? I think so. Yeah, I touched it twice. We had a support area here as well. So again, that there are support areas in between, you know, that can be used to re-enter or have a tighter stop. But there's no trend, you know, there's no reason to fight the trend. You know, if you assume a trend is finished without evidence, and I always give you the levels that give you evidence, then you're just going to leave too early. The trade, you know, it's just what it is. I mean, I've learned over the years that unless you have evidence that the trend changes, it will just keep going, right? And people assume just because I put a support area there that you know, I expect a pullback. That's not the case. Support gives you the risk, right? You have to measure the distance to the risk level, in this case 265, the lower boundary of the box, and then understand what's your risk. And if your risk is too high, you don't want to have it, then you need to reduce your positions. Very simple. But that's it. That's if you go with this analysis. I mean, you might have your own edge, right? And might just use it for confluence. But that's typically how it works. Simple trader math, and you just have to understand where the pattern breaks from an Elliott wave point of view. And I assume you're interested in the Elliott wave pattern. You know, other than that, why would you watch the video, right? So yeah, that's my view. So direct uptrend anyway possible. Further continuation, even though risk is high here. That's all it says. The risk is high. Of course, it could go to $10 from here. It could do everything. Everything could be. That's why it typically doesn't make sense to fight the trend, right? And of course, it's extended. But as I always say, that happens in bullish markets. It's common. So yeah, that's the update about SUI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.